So I took kind of a break from recording again for a while, mainly because college got insanely hectic, like absolutely bonkers. But it's over now, thankfully, until September. And on top of that, like Superman and Lois was on break, and I could have done videos on the Falcon and Winter Soldier because it was pretty good. I actually liked it more than WandaVision, but the Arrowverse shows they weren't really driving me to make videos the way Superman and Lois was, so I didn't really feel the need to. Like, some of them I'm enjoying, like Batwoman and Supergirl have gotten really good, I feel, but Flash and Black Lightning, I feel like it's very noticeable that COVID has affected them, and I'm just not too crazy about what they're doing. But we got some news at the weekend, basically pertaining to David Ramsey's return as Diggle. We found out back in December that he was planned to return across all 5 shows, bar Black Lightning. He was planned to basically direct an episode and appear in an episode of Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Superman and Lois, The Flash, and Batwoman. So all the other shows besides Black Lightning, mainly because Black Lightning was ending very soon, and he just didn't really fit into the story they were telling. Like Black Lightning ends next week, so yeah, that's pretty insane for that show. But yeah, we got that, and then we had just nothing. We didn't hear a single thing until February, where there was an interview with the showrunner of The Flash, and he just said that, yeah, Diggle's planned to still return in the second half of the season of The Flash, and then again, radio silence until now. And I personally was getting a little bit worried about all of this, just because there was so little information. Like, we now had just gotten confirmation to be in The Flash, but besides The Flash, we didn't have any word on any of the other shows. I was starting to think that maybe this was something that was quietly cancelled because it just wasn't feasible or it wasn't doable with COVID. So I'm very happy that we got this update, because this update reiterates, and this was an article by Entertainment Weekly, and in this article they reiterated that he's appearing in an episode of these 5 shows. Some of them we don't have any idea when it's going to be. But basically, the information in this article is that the first episode that David Ramsey directs will be Superman and Lois Season 1, Episode 7. So that was filmed. Actually, the reason why Superman and Lois had to go on break was because they were still filming this episode when we saw Episode 5. So they were like catching up to filming fairly quickly. And this episode's going to be about Captain Luthor. It's called Man of Steel. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. And then in terms of his appearance in Superman and Lois as Diggle, that'll be later on in the season. And when they say later, this is just an assumption or like, this isn't confirmed at all, but I do have a feeling there's going to be another sizable Superman and Lois break, because they're only filming, I think they're either almost done filming episode 10 or they're beginning filming episode 11 at the moment. And like, considering this is a 15 episode season, episode 6 is going to be airing this week, episode 7 will be airing next week. Obviously they're going to catch up to them very, very, very quickly again. And I know that this is because, they're taking so many COVID precautions and all of that, but it is kind of insane how long each episode of Superman and Lois is taking to film. Like, it's taking weeks for each episode, whereas the other shows can kind of pump out those filming in like a week and a half per episode. Which, honestly, though, it does show with Superman and Lois. The quality of that show is so impressive that it is noticeable about how much care and longevity they put into filming this. But yeah, so I think there's going to be another pretty sizable Superman and Lois break, probably after episode 8 or 9. They might push it to episode 10 just because they know that there's people are going to be getting annoyed at the break. So it would make sense if to have 5 episodes, then it was a break till now, then another 5 episodes, and then it'll be a break for a while again, and then they'll be back. And since they just say that Diggle will be showing up later, I'm going to assume that means it'll be after the break, that they haven't really worked out the dates for that episode yet. It might not even be filmed yet. They might not even 100% know which of the final episodes he'll be in. But his appearance in this episode will be about his mindset, because since he moved to Metropolis with Lila and his 2 children at the end of Arrow, and he obviously found the ring on his way to Metropolis, so the episode is going to be about his mindset there, of what he's faced over the last couple of years and where he kind of is now. I don't want to say this will be his first Diggle appearance this year, because we really don't know. Batwoman's on break now till early June. Flash is probably going to be going on break fairly soon as well. Legends, I've got no idea. Legends is pretty much done filming. I think Legends is the one show that are just completely done filming. Flash is currently filming their final. Batwoman's currently filming their final. Legends of Tomorrow, though, seems to have been done for a while now. Well, not a while, but a sizable amount. So it's very possible Legends of Tomorrow could have the first episode if Legends doesn't need to have a break at all. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. If they actually, go into depth about him finding the ring, or if it really is just going to be Diggle showing up. He'll remember Superman from Crisis or whatever. Superman will remember him. They'll talk a little bit. Because I'm so confused on how they're going to do this, because he's still set to appear in Supergirl, Flash, Batwoman, Legends, obviously. And they also say in this article that the arc was originally a 5-episode story. So, like, originally back in December when they were planning this out, it was going to be like his first appearance would be the beginning of a story. His second appearance would very obviously still be the same story, part 2 of that story. And his final appearance would be the end of this story. So it was supposed to be a consecutive line of episodes kind of thing. But now it seems to be a very one-off thing. It seems like COVID has completely changed that. And this is, honestly, there's no way they could have avoided this, considering that they don't know when the shows have to take a break. Like, for example, Superman and Lois, they didn't know when they started airing the episode that they would need to take so many breaks. It just so happens that, filming is taking so long that they can't. And that's just going to be the same thing for all of them. It wouldn't work to have this be one consecutive story thread all the shows, because that would mean that they would have to constantly stagger the episode releases so that the Diggle episodes line up. Like, for example, say Legends of Tomorrow's episode with Diggle was 7, Superman and Lois's appearance of him is like episode 13 or something, but Legends airs first or whatever. They would have to stagger Legends and make sure Legends doesn't air until Superman and Lois can catch up, kind of thing, and that would just completely kind of wreck the momentum of it. So I can see why that they've decided to make this all now a one-off kind of each story. The interesting thing as well is that they said that Diggle's appearance in Legends of Tomorrow would be a mystery character, and everyone took that to think that his mystery character would be him as Green Lantern. I did too kind of take that to mean he was going to be Green Lantern, but a lot of other people as well were thinking that the mystery character just meant it would be like an alternate version of Diggle. The fact that they said this was a 5-episode story means that Legends of Tomorrow is part of that 5-episode story, so that Diggle's mystery character in that is still connected to the other Diggle stuff. So that means that it does have to be main Diggle just as someone else, aka maybe the Green Lantern. But the one episode we do know is the Supergirl episode. So he'll be in season 6, episode 12, which is also going to be where Kelly Olsen takes on the mantle of Guardian, which we found out through set photos and through the released awesome picture. That costume looks so cool. It's one of the best costumes we've had out of any of these shows, I'm not gonna lie. And it's pretty safe to say I think that Diggle will tie into Kelly becoming Guardian, which would be interesting to see how that happens. But this episode is also months and months away. Supergirl's on break now. I don't know whether I think it's August or it's late July, but it's on break for a while. They're not coming back until Superman and Lois is over, I don't think. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we see this episode. So again, that's just more proof. Like the Supergirl episode with Diggle needed to air before the Superman and Lois episode. It just wouldn't have been possible to do all of this. So it's good that they're doing one-offs now rather than just one story. It's probably actually going to be very similar to the Monitor in the 2019 season of the Arrowverse, where he was a regular in Arrow Season 8, but then he also showed up in the Flash Season 6 premiere. He also showed up in the Supergirl mid-season final, and while he had roles to play in each of those episodes, he didn't exactly, you didn't need to have seen Arrow's Season 8's appearances of the Monitor to make sense of what was going on with his Supergirl appearance. It all made sense in context of the show. It just was a lot, better for us fans if you'd seen all the episodes, but you didn't need to. I think that's going to be the same here, where it's like if you only watch one of these shows, it's not really going to matter. You just kind of need to know Diggle was a part of Arrow for 8 years, kind of, and that at the end of Arrow, he found a Green Lantern ring. But then that brings me to the final kind of thing I want to talk about here, and that is Green Lantern. What is happening there? Is he going to be Green Lantern in any of these 5 episodes? Is he going to show up in costume in any of these 5 episodes? Or is this really just going to be he shows up, he plays a certain role in each episode, like he helps out with the crew in each episode, maybe in each one of the episodes he talks a little bit about finding the ring, he doesn't know what it is or whatever. And that is the most likely thing for me personally. I'm not expecting us to see Diggle as Green Lantern in these episodes. I'm expecting him to show off the ring. Maybe we'll see the logo. Maybe the very last episode of him, we'll see like a brief glimpse of something Green Lantern related. But I really do think that they're going to save the reveal of his costume and to save the reveal of him becoming that hero until the crossover, whatever the next crossover is, and whenever it is. Now, that said, I would love to see him be Green Lantern in one of these episodes, but I'm not entirely sure they're going to do that. It just doesn't make a whole lot of... I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't... I can't see that as believable of happening for them to do that this soon. But yeah, a lot of information there. I'm also not entirely sure if I made a lot of sense talking. I feel like I was jumping back and forth a little bit too much to things, and it might have been a little hard to kind of understand what I was talking about. But yeah, I can't wait for these episodes. Superman and Lois returns this week, and I can't wait to get back to weekly reviews on that. I might try and do some weekly reviews for the other Arrowverse stuff as well. I'll probably do a review next week for Black Lightning because it's over for good. But yeah, honestly, Superman and Lois is kind of the only Arrowverse show that it's getting me drived up to want to review them. I've got some other videos planned. A theory video, basically, where I want to go over who I think is going to be on the Justice League roster because there's been such a huge change since Crisis. Playing an Arrow Season 8 video just because it's been a year since the season aired and I just want to talk about how I feel on it now. Same with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7. It's almost exactly a year since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 started airing. I think it's like a year and a week, maybe. So yeah, I want to get on that and kind of just talk about how I feel about the season now. And yeah, hopefully other videos as well. I'm planning some stuff. But please remember to like, share, subscribe and all of that. You've been amazing still supporting the channel while I just haven't been uploading at all. So thank you very much for that, and I hope you have an amazing day.